What's going on, everybody? Mike from Uncontrollable Nonsense. I'm here to talk about a topic that has really been on my mind probably for almost a year and a half already. It's the topic of suicide and my journey of almost performing it on myself. Recently I lost three friends to suicide. Two or three of them. I don't remember. Um, I know there was two, but I don't remember if the other one did it or not. If he just died from other stuff, but there were rumors that he did, and made me thinking about my story of why I went and why I almost did it. I got the letters here. I had five letters I wrote out. 5 letters I wrote out to 5 different people. The one letter I don't have anymore. I don't know where it went, but I have them. And February 20th, 2019, I wrote these letters out. They're all pretty much the same letters, just different ideas inside the letters. And I wanted to thank the people in the letters for being good friends. And there was one letter that was not a thank letter. It was a thankful letter, but it was a different type of letter. And I'll get to that after I read the actual letter that I wrote for anybody that want to read it. But then, all the other letters, they're the same ones. It's just different stuff. But anyways, January 22nd, I went through a bad breakup, and I wasn't mentally stable during the whole process. February 14th, I went to dinner with a couple of my friends, Kaylin and Lynn. And actually, I'm sorry, there's 2 letters that are missing. Sorry, I forgot one. And went to dinner at Applebee's with them. And, I had a good time, but I just wasn't all mentally there. So I went to Florida on the 15th, the next day, for Daytona. I had a great time. Wasn't mentally all with it. And my buddy James would back me up on it. I wasn't mentally there. I wasn't, When I was at the racetrack, I was having a good time, having a blast. But once the races were over or they didn't start yet, I wasn't there. My body was there, but my mindset wasn't there. And everybody knew there was something wrong. So my aunt was keeping tabs on me the entire time. And then when I got home, she was keeping tabs on me, make sure I wasn't, going crazy. But so February 20th, I get home. I got into a big argument in the hotel room, and I was thinking to myself, going, you know what? What's the point of living anymore? I felt like nobody cared. There was no way to care. Everyone said they did, but nobody was there. Nobody was there for me. Nobody cared. I was done. I couldn't deal with it no more. So I wrote these letters. There's 4 here. There's 2 probably where I had these letters stored. And I just can't find them, but there was 2 people under that should have got a letter if this whole went down, but it never went down. And February 20th, I wrote the letter. And I'll read you what the letter says, just so you guys don't think that there's actually writing on the letter. It says, "To whom this may concern, it's been a month since I lost the love of my life in a breakup. I miss her a lot. I can't live without her and don't want to continue to live this world anymore. March 30th, 2019 will be the day of the end for everything for me. I just don't want to be on this planet. I don't know if anybody will see this or even care that I'm gone, but if you do, it's nobody's fault but mine. Everything that I own, please just give away. Don't take any money for it. I'm going to live these next months up until it's time to leave Earth. I went ahead and had a big talk with my grandfather and told him I'll see him soon. P.S. There's 6 other letters that I wrote. They're in the same box you found these. They all have addresses on them or the names of the person. Please look on my Facebook, find the person, find out their address, and send them this letter. I hope you will understand everything and I want you to know that I'm sorry for being the biggest failure anybody's ever known. I wrote that letter out just for anybody. If anybody wanted to find it, they'd eventually found it, because I was living at my mom's house. March 30th, my mom went to Arizona for 2 weeks, so that would have been the best time to do it. And plus, it was around a certain day of the year that happens every year, once a year. And, but when I wrote the letters out, I put them in a box that I had in my room that meant a lot to me, and I actually had to go up into the attic. I was like 380 something pounds, and the ladder only held like 250, so I risked my life going up into the attic, grabbing the box, because the box wasn't that far. I think it was like right on the edge, because I remember my mom put them up there, and she put the box up there. And I took the box out, took the letters, put the letters in the box, took the box, threw it back onto the roof, it's a roof, but it's the attic, so I threw it back into the attic, climbed the ladder a little bit, go back in the attic. The springs were just exploding everywhere, like they were making all the noise, and so boxing up in the attic and never told anybody about it. And then a couple months ago, about 9 months ago, we went up there, got the box, took it down because it had some stuff that I needed out of it. And I had to put some stuff on my desk next to me and stuff like that. And the person that got the box down for me, I told her, I said, do not look in the box. And we take stuff out and we'll throw the box right back up in the attic. So we took stuff out, threw it back in the attic. The letters were meant for Paul, Adista, Kaylin. So you guys don't know Paul, Kaylin, and the 2 that are missing are for Lynn and James. And each of the letters had their own meaning to it, and like I said, the one letter had more meaning to it than all the other ones. But February 25th, I had 3 phone calls from 3 different people. I had a phone call from Lynn, a phone call from Missy, a phone call from Kaylin. The one from Kaylin was for her birthday, March 7th, at her house. She told me that I better be there. The one from Missy was her and her boyfriend, hopefully soon to be husband. Tom. They were going out to um, they were going out to Chili's, I think it was. So they invited me and Kaylin out to Chili's that day for dinner. And Lynn, she was always checking up on me because she knew there was something wrong. She was checking up on me even when I was in Florida, make sure I was all right. And Lynn was always keeping tabs on me, make sure that I wasn't going to do anything stupid to myself. She just made sure that she'd always call me up. Even when I was at work, she liked to call me up for some reason. It was great. I loved it though. It was amazing. I had fun. But you know. But those 3 people that called me up that day made me think to myself, like, all right, maybe there is something behind this friendship, and maybe they do. Maybe these 3 people, because I was hanging out with them before Florida. You know, we were all cool. Like I was cool with Kaylin before Florida. You know, we were all hanging out together as friends. You know, but the 3 of them made it seem like they were more family to me than friends. They loved me more as a family member than they did just friends. And in my mind, I was still thinking about, you know, just I had three things I was gonna, but we're not gonna talk about those. It was like pills, and you know I had a bunch of like painkillers because I was bigger, so I had painkillers from like, you know, my knees and stuff like that, which I don't need anymore, thank God. And so I had a great time at Caitlin's birthday. We had a great time at dinner. You know, Missy and Tom and Kaylin were able to talk to me, and they pretty much talking me off the ledge already, because they knew something was wrong the way I was talking, the way I was acting. I knew I wasn't mentally right, and so March 30th comes along. You know, I still had thoughts in my mind, but I was going to see some doctors and therapists about everything, and I told them everything. Pretty much from March until June, July, I was seeing therapists. Nobody knew. Well, now everybody knows. But I was seeing therapists, and went to therapy about everything. You know, I just needed to talk to somebody. I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want anybody knowing that. You know, it's kind of freaky to know that your friend's a fucking psychopath and he's going to see a therapist. But you know, because I didn't think anybody would understand if I was going to therapy. I had people tell me, "Oh no, I understand." Nah, yeah, you wouldn't tell me. But moral of the story, because I know I just babbled on for about 14 minutes, is that, you know, there are people that care about you as an individual, and to know that, you know, you want to selfish, that, to be selfish and want to just end yourself is probably not the smartest thing in the world, because there's people that you're just not hurting yourself, you're hurting other people that you may not know that you're hurting until it's too late. And once you hurt them, you know, because you'll be dead, so you can't take it back. You hurt a boyfriend, you hurt a girlfriend, you know, you may hit a girlfriend or hit a boyfriend by accident, or, you know, you may, you know, do something to ruin a relationship or a family member. You know, you may ruin a family relationship or something. But eventually, you know, you could, you know, maybe talk to that person. You know, maybe not even reconcile with that person. You could talk to that person, talk it out, have a good conversation with them. You know, maybe instead of 2 people being childish about what happened, maybe you guys can talk it out and come to understanding. That's all I ever try to do to anybody is try to talk to understanding. And just remember that you can hurt someone's feelings and maybe eventually, they can come back to you and, maybe be in your life again or, just understand what happened with that whole problem. But you off yourself they can't even talk to you anymore. And the worst thing is to argue with somebody before they pass away. But you know, I'm gonna put some numbers on the bottom of the screen. I don't normally do this, but I'll put my phone number on there. So if you want to just text or talk, I'm cool with it. You could talk. You could call me anytime. Just not yeah, you can call me anytime. But if I don't pick up, just leave me a voicemail. But just remember, suicide's not worth it. That's my story. Hope you guys, understood my story a little bit about, I was going through a tough time back in February. And I just thought that it was over with and nothing was going to happen. Nothing was going to reconcile. I wasn't going to be able to talk to that person no more. I wasn't going to be able to talk to anybody. Everybody I talked to looked like they didn't care if I try to explain myself to them. But moral of the story is that I had 6, 7 people that actually cared about me, that they showed me that they cared. I had one person, I went on vacation with him. Other than sleeping, he was always there by my side, making sure I wasn't doing nothing stupid. And he told me that, he goes, I was by your side to make sure you weren't gonna do nothing stupid to yourself on vacation. I said I wasn't gonna do it on vacation. That's expensive. So, like I said, but that's just the local people that helped me out. I had other people, like Kent, JB, and all them from my PlayStation. Now iRacing, but PlayStation, they helped me out get through some challenging stuff. My buddy Jimmy helped me out get them challenging stuff. But I'm cool now. I'm fine. I had all that therapy back in March, April, May, June, July. Now everybody knows that I'm a psychopath that went to therapy, but I'm cool with it. I've talked to a couple people that came to me with a problem because they know what I went through, and see what happens. But I am going to be looking up a thing of, it's called, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it, called CT. It's a concussion thing that you get when you have concussions, a lot of concussions. A lot of ex-professional players that have committed suicide had it. I've had concussions. I've had at least 5 or 6 concussions in my lifetime, and someone told me the signs that I was going through could have been those signs of CTE, but I don't know, I just blew it off whenever they said it. You have CTE, but I'm trying to see if they can test for it when you're alive, because they can't if you're alive. So right now, I don't think they can do it if you're alive. So I think it has to be like a dead thing. So we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna try to see if I get tested for it, see if I have it. Hopefully it's not too much money. But I'll see you guys later. Dom and I will hopefully be back. This week or next week. I kind of suspended myself from the podcast for about a month because of previous videos that I made that just weren't for the podcast that I put on podcast settings. So I kind of put myself off for a little bit. So we will see you next week with a more podcast, and hopefully I'll have good news about a business that Dom and I are putting together. But this isn't about that. This is about my story of suicide, of Not attempted, 'cause I ain't tempted. Of my almost suicide. See you guys later. Bye.